Everyone, welcome back to an Taekook story. The grand wedding hall was filled with guests, laughter, and music, but Taehyung's heart felt heavy. Dressed in an elegant white and golden handbag, he looked like a prince from a fairy tale, but inside he was scared. He was about to marry a man who held hatred in his heart. Sungmin, Taehyung's father, held his son's hand tightly, his eyes glistening with unshed tears. Sung, my son, you are going to a new house today. I want you to be strong no matter what happens, but remember this will always be your home. Taehyung bit his lips to hold back his emotions and nodded. Taehyung, Appa, I will miss you. I will miss everyone. His mother, Jiyeon, wiped her tears as she cupped his face. Jiyeon, my baby, don't cry. Be happy with Jungkook. He is a good man. Taehyung forced a smile, but he felt a storm inside. He turned to his elder brother, Jimin, who pulled him into a tight hug. Jimin, if Jungkook ever makes you cry, just call me. I will bring you back. Taehyung clenched softly, tears slipped down from his face. Jungkook stood nearby, watching the emotional farewell with a blank expression. His sharp suit made him look powerful and intimidating, but his heart was filled with resentment. Sungmin walked up to Jungkook and placed a firm hand on his shoulder. Sungmin, Jungkook, Taehyung is my most precious child. I am trusting you with his happiness. Promise me you will never make him cry. Jungkook's jaw tightened, but he forced a smile. Jungkook, I promise, but inside he knew it was a lie. He had no intention of keeping Taehyung happy. He only wanted to make him suffer for what his sister had done. The wedding night, as they arrived at Jungkook's mansion, Taehyung looked around in awe. It was luxurious, but if it felt cold. He shivered slightly as Jungkook led him inside. In their bedroom, Taehyung turned to Jungkook with hopeful eyes. Taehyung, Jungkook, I know this marriage wasn't expected for both of us, but I hope we can at least try to be friends. Jungkook scoffed, loosening his tie. Jungkook, friends? You really think we can be friends? Taehyung frowned. Taehyung, why not? We are married now. At least let's be civil. Jungkook stepped closer, his dark eyes shrinking into Taehyung's soul. Jungkook, you may be innocent, but you were with your sister when she destroyed my life. That makes you guilty too. Taehyung's eyes widened. Taehyung, what? What did my sister do? Jungkook smirked coldly. Jungkook, you will find her soon enough, but for now, you will sleep on the couch. The bed is mine. Taehyung clenched his fist. Taehyung, I'm your husband, Jungkook. Whether you like it or not, we are in this together. Jungkook narrowed his eyes. Jungkook, then prove it. Endure whatever I put you through. Taehyung held his head high. Taehyung, fine. Do what you want, but one day you will regret treating me like that way. Jungkook watched as Taehyung grabbed a pillow and walked towards the couch without another word. His confident surprised Jungkook. He expected tears, begging, but instead Taehyung held his dignity. For the first time that night, Jungkook felt something strange in his chest, guilt, but he pushed it away. His revenge had just begun. Outside the room, Jungkook's younger sister, Hani, stood near the door, listening. She clenched her hands, worried for Taehyung. She stormed into Jungkook's study, where he poured himself a drink. Hani, what are you doing, Oppa? Jungkook glanced at her lazily. Jungkook, what does it look like? I am celebrating my victory. Hani slammed her hand on the table. Hani, this is not victory. This is cruelty. Taehyung is innocent. Jungkook's eyes darken. Jungkook, he is part of her family. That makes him guilty. Honey shook her head in disappointment. Honey, you are better than this. You promised to take care of him. Jungkook scoffed. Jungkook, I promised not to make him cry, but I never said I would make him happy. Honey's heart ached for Taehyung. She knew he was walking into a storm. She could only pray that he would survive it. That night, as Taehyung lay on the cold couch staring at the ceiling, he made a silent vow. Taehyung, I will not break. I will not let Jungkook destroy me. Taehyung stared awake. The morning sunlight filtered through the curtains. He blinked a few times, adjusting the light. A figure stood before him. It was Jungkook. Taehyung sat up in surprise, rubbing his eyes. Jungkook held out a streaming cup of coffee. Jungkook, drink this. Taehyung hesitated before taking the cup. His fingers brushed against Jungkook's for a brief second, and a shiver ran down his spine. Taehyung, you made this? Jungkook scored. Jungkook, no, the maid did. Taehyung slightly smiled, taking a sip. The warmth of the drink spread through his body, and for a moment it felt normal. Jungkook turned to leave, his back straight and unreadable. Taehyung, thank you, Jungkook. Jungkook paused but said nothing before walking away. For the first time, Taehyung felt a small flicker of hope. Later in the morning, Taehyung was in the garden enjoying the fresh air when Honey approached him, her usual bright smile in place. Honey, Taehyung, let's go to the church today. It's beautiful and I think you will love it. Taehyung nodded excitedly. Taehyung, I would love that. I haven't been to a church in a long time. Before they could leave, Jungkook Jungkook, where do you think you are going? Honey rolled her eyes. Honey, to the church? Do you have a problem with that? Jungkook's gaze flickered to Taehyung. Jungkook, you are not going. Taehyung frowned. Taehyung, why not? Jungkook didn't answer immediately. He seemed tense. His jaw clenched. Jungkook, just listen to me. You are not going, that's final. Taehyung's heart sank. Why was Jungkook suddenly so controlling? Honey looked at Jungkook suspiciously, but said nothing. As Jungkook walked away, Taehyung exchanged a confused glance with Honey. There was something odd about Jungkook's reaction, but Taehyung couldn't figure out why. Jungkook That night, Taehyung walked into their bedroom to find Jungkook sitting on the couch, a glass of whiskey in his hand. His suit jacket was discarded, his tie loosened, his face was unreadable. Taehyung, Jungkook, you are okay? Are you okay? Jungkook didn't answer. The drink in his glass, lost in thought. Taehyung hesitated before stepping closer. Taehyung, you shouldn't drink so much. Jungkook glanced darkly. Jungkook, why? Are you worried about me? Dear husband, Taehyung sighed. Taehyung, you don't have to mock me every time I speak. Suddenly, Jungkook's eyes widened. His grip tightened on the glass. His gaze locked on Taehyung's reflection in the mirror across the room. He is breathing uneasy. Jungkook, no, you can't be here. Before Taehyung could react, Jungkook grabbed his wrist and grip it almost painful. Jungkook, you are not real. You can't be real. Taehyung's heart pounded in fear. Jungkook, let go. You are hurting me. Jungkook's breath was ragged, his eyes dark and lost in a memory. Taehyung didn't understand. Taehyung, please. Jungkook, his voice was soft, almost pleading. Jungkook suddenly blinked. Realization drawing. He realized Taehyung's wrist abruptly. He released Taehyung's wrist abruptly, stepping back. Jungkook leave. Taehyung rubbed his sore wrist, his mind swelling with confusion and concern. Taehyung, Jungkook, what's wrong with you? Jungkook turned away, drawing. The rest of the drink, Jungkook go to sleep, Taehyung, but Taehyung knew he wouldn't be able to sleep that night. The next morning, while exploring the mansion, Taehyung's eyes landed on a small locket on one of Jungkook's sleeves. It looked odd, delicate, curious. He picked it up, opening it carefully. Inside was a picture of a young girl. She looked familiar, but Taehyung couldn't place where he had seen her before. Just then, Jungkook entered the room. His expression darkened the moment he saw the locket in Taehyung's hand. Jungkook, where did you get that? And then why do you look so angry? Jungkook's grip tightened around the locket. Jungkook, mind your own business. Taehyung wanted to argue, but something in his eyes, Jungkook's eyes stopped him. There was so much pain there. Taehyung, fine, keep your secrets. Taehyung turned and left, unaware that he had just stumbled upon a piece of Jungkook's past, one that he would soon wish he never discovered. Later that day, while wandering through the mansion, Taehyung found himself standing before a locked door at the end of the hallway. His curiosity grew. Taehyung, why is this room locked? Before he could try the handle, Jungkook appeared behind him. Jungkook, stay away from that room. Taehyung turned to face him. Taehyung, what's inside? Jungkook's expression was unreadable, but his fists were clenched. Jungkook, nothing that concerns you. Taehyung totally. Taehyung, why do I feel like you're lying? Jungkook's jaw tightened. Jungkook, because you don't know when to stop asking questions. Taehyung sighed. Taehyung, fine, but one day I will find out the truth. Jungkook said nothing. He just watched as Taehyung walked away. Once alone, Jungkook turned to the locked door, placing a hand on it. His eyes darkened. Jungkook whispering, I will never let him find out, but Taehyung was already too close to the truth. That evening, Taehyung sat across from Jungkook at the dinner table. He played with his food before looking up. Taehyung, Jungkook, do you have any siblings? Jungkook froze. The question was so simple, so innocent, but it felt like a stab to his heart. Jungkook, why are you asking? Taehyung, Honey told me she is not your blood sister, so do you have real siblings? Jungkook clenched his fist under the table. Memories flooded his mind. Memories he had brushed deep. His voice was cold when he finally spoke. Jungkook, no. Taehyung frowned. Taehyung, you hesitated. Jungkook slammed his fork onto the table, making Taehyung jump. Jungkook. There was something there, something painful, something broken, and nothing was more determined than ever to uncover the truth. The evening air was quiet. The mansion still. Taehyung sat alone in his room, feeling restless. Ever since his marriage to Jungkook, his life has changed completely. The cold stares, the cruel wars, and the hidden pain in Jungkook's eyes, it all left him confused with nothing to do. Taehyung's eyes wandered to the small bookshelf in the corner. Maybe a book would help him pass the time. He stood up, running his fingers along the spines of the few books available. Most were business related, nothing that interested him, but then a worn out leather notebook catch his attention. Thang hesitated, his fingers hovering over it. Thang whispering, Jungkook's diary, he shouldn't read it. It was private, but then a single word catch his eyes. Hot. Taehyung's breath hinges, his curiosity took over. Carefully, he opened the diary and began reading. The handwriting was neat but pressed hard onto the paper, as if Jungkook had written with deep emotion. Taehyung's eyes widened as he read the first few pages. She will regret everything she did. I will make sure she suffers, but that's not enough. Her family. She loved her family more than anything. Then I will take something from them, something just as precious. The next word made Taehyung's hand tremble. Kim Taehyung, he will be the key of my revenge. His heart pounded. Taehyung muttering, me? He married me for revenge? Taehyung swelled hard, flick flipping through more papers, searching for answer. Why was Jungkook after him? Why did he want revenge? But Jungkook never wrote about the reason. There were only fragments of pain, anger, and cold determination. It's not enough to hurt her. He must suffer too. I will make him cry. I will make him beg, and his whole family, and she will hate it. Hate it all, even from the heck. Thanks clenched the diary in his hand, his whole body shaking. Thank whispering, what did my sister do? His vision blooded with unshed tears. He never knew Jungkook hated run. Thank slammed the diary shut, his heart racing, his mind spun with thoughts, questions, and a growing sense of betrayal. Thank muttering, I thought maybe he would change. Maybe we could at least be civil, but it was all a lie. Jungkook never intended to let go of his hater. Taehyung was whispering, I was just a pawn in his revenge. His fingers crawled around the edges of the diary, his anger mixed with hurt. If Jungkook thought he would break so easily, he was wrong. Taehyung muttering, I wouldn't let him win. I wouldn't let him control me. For the first time since their marriage, something inside Taehyung shifted. He would no longer be the weak one in this twisted game. He would find out the truth no matter what, and when he did, Jungkook wouldn't be the only one seeking revenge. The clock struck 8 p.m. The house was silent except from the distant ticking on the wall clock. Taehyung sat on the couch, his fingers gripping Jungkook's diary tightly. His heart was racing. He spent his entire day trying to calm himself, but the words in the diary haunted him. Jungkook wanted revenge, and Taehyung was his target. As the front door opened, Taehyung stood up, his eyes locked into Jungkook, who walked in. Losing his tie, Jungkook barely glanced at him before heading towards their bedroom, but Taehyung wasn't going to let this go. Taehyung firmly Jungkook. Jungkook stopped a sign in frustration. He turned around, his expression unreadable. Jungkook coldly, what? Taehyung took a deep breath, stepping closer. Taehyung, why did you marry me? Jungkook's jaw tightened, his gaze flickered to the diary in Taehyung's hand, and his eyes darkened to be continued. Everyone, this story not going to be too long. It is going to be a small story, 5 to 6 episodes. Hope you will enjoy it. And what do you think about this? Hope it will make you all enjoy this story and this episode. Whatever you think about it, comment it down. I'll see you in the next episode. Till then, take care, safe, love you, bye bye.